Hey guys, it is like week 15 of gardening where you are planted. Remember this summer we are going to be here every Tuesday and Thursday from 10:45 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. We did add some more flowers and we did trim our rose bushes. So the flowers we added here came from Home Depot. We did a Home Depot shopping trip again. If you missed that video, go back on our YouTube and take a look at it. But these flowers just need to be watered. And our rose bush here, after we trimmed it, it's doing really good. We have Miss Chanel with us today and JJ, who's also going to be helping. So if you want to, join us every Tuesday and Thursday, and we're going to go to the back now.
Welcome guys, this is another week with Bloom where you are planted. So far we're going to give you an update. We're going to show you what's growing, what's happening in each box, and let's go ahead and come with it. So right here we have some spinach. As you can see, when you start seeing very clean lines across the top of the plants, you know something is eating it. So what we're going to do is come up with a natural way to repel. We might get some mesh fences to cover this. We're gonna find a natural way to keep the garden organic and keep it clean as much as possible. Right here we have some bush beans, and that's also JJ. Say what's up, JJ. We have bush beans. Now, as you can see, that these are growing really well, but again, we have something eating them. When you see circles like this within the leaves, you know it's some type of pest, maybe something small that's going in there and having a good meal. Okay, they're having a buffet right now, but our way is, because we have an organic garden, keep it clean as possible and make sure we don't use no pesticides or herbicides to get rid of the pests. Okay, we can come on down. Right here we have some beautiful corn growing. Okay, it's not producing anything yet, but this is the start of the corn. It's doing very well, which is good because usually birds eat those seeds a lot. We have some carrots here, and as you can see, look at the tops. Look very carrot topish. Okay, they're doing pretty good. Now in here, sometimes when we work in, and since it's a whole garden committee with us, we kind of go over things. Everybody is pretty much pruning. We're making sure we do the necessary work to get the weeds out. But in here we have onions growing, which, as you can see, it looks like the stick of grass, the real tall stick of grass. We also have another mystery plant that was planted in here, and we gotta wait to see what that is. Okay, that's the cool thing about gardening. I'm kind of really sad about this one. In this bed here we had cabbage. Okay, we had about 4 rows of cabbage. As you can see, something, maybe a groundhog, something, a bigger mammal was eating here, and then they were having a good time. Okay, so this is going to be one of the beds that we end up recultivating to ensure that we have something in each bed. Okay, we didn't do too good, but this is what we learn in the garden. Okay, we need to make sure we take we need to make sure that we doing the proper things to keep pests out, because they hungry too. Okay, we can cut that out. So in here, so this one I am very proud about. So we have this long one, and we have our spring onions. And along the spring onions, where you see these bushes of leaves, this is the potatoes, okay? And we have multiple different potatoes. We have red skin potatoes, yellow potatoes, gold potatoes. We have it all in here. So this is a nice plant. This looks good. This is something that grows underground. So we're gonna be digging inside the dirt, searching for the potatoes. This one with the spring onions, we're gonna wait till the flower bloom and pull those out. I have some right here that I pulled just to test. As you can see, we kind of want them a little bit bigger than that. We kind of want them around the onion size that you would see in the store, okay? Again, right here on the side, we have some more corn growing. Here, these 2 beds, we love tomatoes around here, okay? So these 2 beds are tomato specific. And we also have the cages, because once the fruit of the tomato starts growing on the plants, they get a little heavy. The fruit of the tomato is actually heavier than the stem and the plant itself. So we have the cages here just to ensure that they get the proper growth that they need, and they're not weighing the plant down. Come on over here, come on over. Okay, so this is another one of our beds that was, you know, that they wanted to eat. And here we were growing broccoli, and something, a larger mammal, ate the broccoli, okay? And this is what happens in the garden. Sometimes, you know, we can't police it 24/7, 7 days a week, but we can just take better precautions, and as we keep our garden developing, try new things. Last year, this wasn't a really big problem. We didn't have things coming and eating our garden, but now we do. So now we know we need to take different precautions, and we need to find some sort of natural remedy to keep the pests out. So this one, I'm really proud about this one. This is some of our raspberries, okay? I want y'all to go ahead and get a look at what a raspberry look like before it turns colors. Some of our raspberries here, and as you see, this plant is doing very, very well. We don't see any circles in the leaves, which means we don't have pests coming here and eating them up. I see many different fruit producing. You know, as you can see, here are some of the beginning bulbs. This one is doing really great, and you'll have that. You have some beds that do great, some beds get eat up. It's all based on the mammal's preference on what they like to eat. But this one is doing very well. JJ pulling out some weed in this bed. Originally, this had bell peppers and cauliflower in this one. And as you can see, right now we're just seeing the weeds inside the bed, okay? So this was another one that ended up being eaten by one of our mammals. This one, we're gonna do some replanting in here, and we're gonna make sure that all the beds that have been destroyed or ate up gets replanted with something else. And here we got some lemon balm on this side, and as you can see, it kind of gives off that lemony color. It got some yellow in the leaves, which kind of shows us what this is. This is a very beneficial herb, as well as next to our mint plant. Now these, we can actually start to harvest these. These is at a good length, you know. You can take it off right here. If you smell it, you get a good minty smell. Hey JJ, smell this for me. What that smell like? Tell the camera what that smell like. Peppermint, right? So you get a very strong, fresh, minty smell with this. And this is how you know this is ready to go, okay? Let's keep it pushing. So here in this section, in this first third, we have some spotted watermelon. Now I want you to come in and kind of get a good view of the leaves, and you can see they have like yellow spots. And once the watermelon starts producing out of it, the watermelon will have yellow spots as well. It's kind of cool how some of these plants get their names, because it is actually what they are, spotted watermelon. We do need to get some weeds around it. Get some weeds coming out. When you see plants like this long string coming in that looks completely different than this, you know we kind of get that out of there and make sure that we're doing our best to give our plants everything they need. The thing about weeds is weeds take away the nutrients from the plants, and weeds can also kill the plants. They can choke them and kill them, so that's why maintenance is very important. Yeah, Miss Green digging out some weeds right now. In this middle section, we actually planted romaine lettuce. And as you can see, even when we look down, we have clean. Let me see, let me get in here and show you guys. So as you can see, this one has a leaf, right? But if you see, the other one has clean trimmings cut. So you know, some type of mammal. And it's very funny because they usually are very precise when they do eat our plants. Very precise, have clean, they clean cut them. So as you can see right here, this is a plant that got ate. But that's why we out here now. That's why we're doing what we're supposed to do to ensure that we don't have stuff like this happening too often. And let's come on down to the last plant. Now this is actually something new we doing. These are lemon cucumbers. And as you can see, these going really good. We don't see a lot of circles in our leaves, which means we don't have small pests eating them. You don't see much green tops. That means the mammals aren't eating them. So this just needs a little time and then eventually start producing fruit.
So what are we planting today?
Today we're going to plant some cultivated bell squash, some black bean squash, and some straight leg squash. All three.
All right, so the last thing we have to do today is prune our rose bushes. So to prune your rose bush, you want to look into it and see if there's anything dead. This rose bush is good to go. This one here looks like pretty soon we may have some dead, but right now it's good as well. Some of these rose bushes look beautiful. We got some weeds growing in it, but nothing to trim at the moment. This one, that one's beautiful too. Nothing to trim at the moment. Oh man, this one's probably, we'll keep an eye on it. Right now there's nothing to trim and I still see green. So we're still okay right now. I will go ahead and trim this right here so that the actual flower can continue to bloom. Okay. This one here, there's some on the other side, so we're just going to trim what's dead. And it's important to go at an angle so that the water goes down and not against it. Okay? We're good there. Now this one here, this whole thing is dead. And I want to show you how I know it's dead. When I trim inside, it's brown. Okay? If you trim inside and it's green, that means there's still life in there. So we're going to go ahead and keep cutting it back all the way. So it's very brown inside, so that whole thing was dead. But it still has a bloom here, so this plant is still doing good. We're just going to get off all the parts that's not showing signs of life. You want to trim your rose bush back usually the end or the beginning of the season, but I'm out here today, so it's getting done today. It won't hurt. Okay. We have this large weed that's decided it wants to be in the middle here, so we're going to get that out of there. Let's get that out of there. Got these shears from Home Depot. I love these. They're Fiskars titanium. As you can see, they're cutting very easily for us. So we're just going to get all this around our rose bush out, and hopefully our rose bush thrives from here on out. Okay. We have another one. This one has some dead as well, so we're going to go ahead and trim that off. You only want to trim what's completely dead. Isn't that beautiful? That's gorgeous. Okay. This one looks good. As you can see, these leaves are starting to wilt, so I'm just going to keep an eye on that one. It's supposed to rain on Monday, so hopefully it'll be good. Now this one here, it's troubling me, but it's not completely dead, so I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Trim off what we know is for sure dead. And as you can see, you may think this is dead, but there's a livestock come. There's some live roses coming out of there. So we're gonna keep that. But I am gonna go in here, probably at a different angle, and cut that off from there. So like I said, I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. Oh, I was gonna cut that, but there's some livestock coming off of there as well. So just pay real close attention to your rose bushes when you are trimming them. And then right behind us here, we added some yellow rose bushes. We're gonna go through those. These are brand new, so we may not have to cut anything off this time. All right, thanks guys.
As you can see, we got the team out here. We're going through, we getting the maintenance done. We just coming in, cleaning up, getting the weeds out, seeing and observing what has happened, what we need to do, and fortify our plan. And we're gonna make sure that we keep growing, okay? So make sure you come out Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10:45 to 11:45 and come help us and come participate in what we're doing for the community.